And we're live, everyone. No countdown today, even though I worked, believe it or not, I worked on a little bit of a intro, but I'm trying to finish the slides over here too. It's just been a crazy week. Guys, welcome in. Happy PFO day. Happy Thursday. Let me say hello to some of the fantastic people that have already joined us. And hopefully, if you guys are watching on the replay, thank you for watching on the replay. You're amazing as well. You just won't get a hello. If you show up here, you will get a hello. So, with that being said, Monster Pete, what did he? You know what? It was John's fault anyway. It wasn't technically because I could have started on time, but I wanted us to all three be on at the same time. So it was technically John's fault. Dr. John, hello. Riley, I hope you're doing well this evening. Noah, welcome in. Susan, howdy. Velvet, hello. Jeremy, how are you doing? Brian, hello. Tina, hello. Riley, that was who did you receive the membership? Well, welcome aboard, Riley. Who gifted? Why do I can't see that?
I think I saw Travis gift some.
Oh yeah, gifted one.
Travis.
You know what? I just early. Travis, thank you for that. Appreciate that.
Travis is the best.
Yes, you know what? Everybody that comes around is nice. Evelyn, hello. Jim, hope you're doing well this evening, my friend.
Yeah, what's
Ace,
up, Jim?
hello. Ace, thanks for stopping out at the charity auction. I know Ace picked up a couple things. Evelyn came out. Listen, I won't name everybody because a lot of you guys came out. Carl, I hope you're doing well. Let's see here.
Dave was first. Dave was here first.
Was David first?
Dave was first.
Congrats on that. You know, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes people show up really early, probably earlier than me. Holly, welcome in. Guys, hopefully I did not miss you. I think I got mostly everybody. If I missed you, just let me know and I will be happy to shout you out one more time. Guys, how's the week treating you? Oh, that good, huh?
It's the week. I mean, it's been a busy week, but it's been a week. Yeah. I'm glad today is like my Friday. So I'm always glad.
Yeah,
Thursday.
I'm jealous every week. And, you know, I need a Friday. I need a Friday sooner than not. You know what I mean? Like it's been.
Yeah. Well, we were just talking about your week. You had a week.
Yeah. My week's been. Listen, let me do a quick. I'm going to do a quick little recap for the charity because we'll get that out of the way early, and then it's going to be all. I'll talk about everything else.
That was crazy, by the way. I can't believe you guys went as long as you did.
John, I still like.
Well, you fell asleep. I mean, your family.
Listen. I was.
They went for a while.
I'll be honest. I think Brie was more worn out than me. She was giving me the like. If you guys, I wish I would have left the camera on her for a little bit. She really was running all over the place though, and she was bringing stuff out and trying to keep up with the chat. Luca jumped on for a couple hours, ran the stream for I think it was probably a couple hours that he was doing it because
at least 3. I think 2 or 3 hours.
2 or 3, yeah, because we went 8 hours, which we've never done. Like back in the day. Remember back in the day, guys, when we used to be like one stream on Whatnot, just one stream. We were all on Whatnot when it started, when there was only one stream a day, not one stream like an hour, one stream, whatever.
So you took advantage. You went.
You went. Like if you got your day, you had your day, you went 5-6 hours. And we did a couple 5-6 hours, but we never did an 8-hour stream. We did an 8-hour stream because, man, what an amazing turnout. And we worry every year. And I didn't think we were going to be able to raise close to what we got last year. And I felt like that last year too. And I probably should have just realized that everybody's been amazing and people came through right up to that final bell. People were sending stuff. So it turned out amazing. We beat last year's total. And Josh said that brilliant idea. And honestly, Josh, I thought like it was a long shot. I really did honestly feel it was a long shot, but we did beat last year's total for sure. There's still a couple cancellations, some shipping stuff that a couple things going back and forth. We're also not on Whatnot's instant payout anymore. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, now we got to wait for some of our stuff to get delivered. So we've only sold like 10,000 items or something like that, but now we might not be trusted anymore. Maybe it's because it was such a big stream, but either way,
Oh, you know what that is?
it
It looks
triggers.
odd.
Yeah,
It triggers.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
We had
and
the
I'm
same
sure,
thing happen for Toys for Tots. Yeah,
that's what and I'm sure that it was just a technical thing, but at the same time, there's stuff that we've not collected yet, and then there's a couple things that are in limbo right now. But with that being said, we will definitely beat last year's total, which is absolutely amazing. You guys really killed it. I just got to say thank you one more time because I've said a million thank yous, but I just wanted to say thank you one more time because it was a fantastic turnout, and some of you guys literally stayed the whole 8 hours with us. And maybe you went to go eat or something like that and come back, but there's people that stayed on the full like 6 hours, 8 hours. You guys, both of you gentlemen, were there for a long time, and I appreciate you guys, appreciate everybody in the chat and everybody that came out for that. And yes, I will have a wig on PFO at some point, and we'll have the final total. I'm hoping by the weekend is when we can, finalize it. But it definitely will be above. I feel confident in saying it's definitely going to be above last year, which was $12,500. We will go above that for sure. So thank you guys. I mean, that's all. I don't think I need to say anything more about that. Yeah,
I mean, it's hard work, and you guys did a really great job of keeping it going. And Luca stepping up there and helping you guys out. It was really awesome to see. So I think you guys did really well. I was surprised in the morning when I woke up, I had like notifications on something, and it went off at like 1:30 or something. I saw, and I was like, oh, they were still going. They're going. They kept it going.
Yeah, it was 2:30. We went 2:30, like right at the 2:30 mark. We called it, and honestly, we sold everything except for maybe like 10 to 15 items. So we'll throw those on the website, or we'll do a whatnot thing next week, maybe just to add to the total a little bit. But and everything shipped. We shipped everything like in the mail by Tuesday. There was only like 5 orders, and I told Josh right before, like 150. I mean, listen, in 3 weeks we sold and shipped 135 mystery boxes, and then we shipped another 150 orders, and it was more like 145 by Tuesday. And then we have like 10-inch pops and 5 packs that had to get special boxes. So everything currently is gone. So everything has been shipped, and I've seen stuff has already been delivered. People got their dog tags already, and some of their pops
some of the mystery boxes, and everything going on. I think the mystery box was a great, way for you to do 3 various types, which kind of feeds the need for different people and what they collect and what they go after and what kind of things they look for. So I think it helped a lot doing that. And then the people that couldn't maybe be on the live stream because they had something, family obligations or life happens or work, or, they couldn't sneak in the bathroom for too long to bid on items, things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that, that's another thing. I mean, something we'll probably do for next year. We did these little grab bag things that we were going to only put up 10. We sold out 20 of them in like 10 minutes. We put up another 20, and we sold those out in like the next 15. So that's something I got to think about for next year. Maybe we do more buy it now stuff because we didn't have enough of that. But yeah, guys, thank you. That's all. I mean, it was a fantastic week. We had a crazy week at work too. So it's been a long week this week, but appreciate everybody coming out, and let's start talking Funko.
Well, before we get into,
go ahead. Go ahead while I download the slides over here because I just wanted to
piggyback on some of the stuff you said, because you guys did something that like not many people do, and they don't do it because of how much work it is. Like, you guys were live for 8 hours, and that's just the show. You guys had all the prep work beforehand. People don't realize like how much of a monumental task some of these charity shows can do it if you do it the right way. And you guys did it the right way. It was really cool to see. It was a whole family effort and everything. And then I couldn't believe it. I got the shipping notification that our stuff got delivered today, which is wild. So you guys must have been cranking after probably not getting enough sleep Saturday night. Well, I mean, you guys were live till like 2 or 3 a.m. So I don't know how you did it. Actually,
we were live till 2:30. Me and Bree went to bed probably right at 3. I mean, we were both sleeping by 3. We were both up at 7. And I mean, legit, I was packing nonstop. Gabby came down. She packed at least all the single pops, which there's probably 30 or 40 of those. She did most of that by herself. Me and Bree were concentrating on the multiple things. So yeah, I mean, it you know, it's kind of what the channel, you know, it was actually really cool. I didn't expect Luca to come down at all, but he's been doing his own things, and you guys have been popping on with a couple of the guys that were here tonight. Actually, he did a little Pokemon thing earlier. He actually really likes the whatnot stuff. He likes to be able to sell the stuff that he gets. So for him to jump on it and just come down and like do that, that was not premeditated. I didn't make him do that. Like he did that on his own free will. And then Gabby helped the next day. She gave up one of her pops. One of her pops was the top hit in the Stranger Things thing. So mystery box. So it really was a whole family thing, which like when I was typing out our post for the thank you, like I got like a little bit emotional that really it was kind of cool to see that. That was like a special part in the whole thing. And you know, we did make them go, and they didn't mind that much when we went and visit the Ronald McDonald House, and really they understand how big of a thing is for not just us, but how big of a thing it is for the Ronald McDonald House itself. Like they've reached out a couple times, just making sure if we needed anything, if they wanted to help promote anything and do that kind of thing. So like there is a different kind of pressure for the mystery stuff. Sorry, it's been a long week for the charity stuff, and the charity stuff. You know, it's without the generosity of everybody, it really would have been hard to do it all. But yeah, the time, I mean, we're talking hours and hours and hours and like full on days at times to try to get it together. And it was amazing. It really was. It was amazing that we could do that stuff. Yeah, because it's one thing when you're going live and trying to sell stuff, because I feel differently when I'm trying to sell stuff for us, where I feel a pressure when it's up for something like that, which is weird. I would think that would be the opposite. It's like that. So, but yeah, it's quite the event.
No,
you guys all made it
great.
very special.
You guys did amazing, and it was really awesome just to be a bystander almost and just see it all unfold. So you guys did great. Total family effort, and the community really came. I mean, a community can make or break a moment like that, and there were so many people in there. Like I had actually told Vince backstage, I said, if we see the stream starting to die down a little bit, we'd be happy to do like a raid or something and get some different people in there. But I looked at Joanna when we were watching, I was like, we don't have to do a thing. Like Vince and Bree are killing it, and they got plenty of people in there, and they're doing a great job. So
yeah, and we get worried for that. Like I'm still surprised when like we get close to, there's usually around 100 people or more than that on our PFOs every week. And like when I see that every week and you guys keep on coming back, I still get surprised by that. And I'm glad that you guys enjoy the content still, and enjoy the videos, enjoy our chats here, and when we do the whatnot shows and the whatnot shows for charity and all that stuff, you guys you support. And it doesn't, and like I said before, it doesn't always have to be with something you purchase. It's just coming to hang out. And actually there was Amber. I remember that night. Amber she does not even collect pops, but she kept promoting the stream, like paying money to promote the shit. Like how cool is that? You don't even collect anything, but you appreciate the channel or what we've done, over the last year or couple years or however long you're watching, and to keep on like promoting that out, like that's, I don't know, those are the things that and there's a million examples of that. I hate singling anybody out because I see Ryan in the chat here tonight too, and they did some amazing customs and some
artwork. The artwork Ryan had, that was insane. I wanted a couple, but I'm not gonna, like, people were bidding those up as they should, but those were cool.
I told Ryan the same thing. I go, those will do absolutely amazing. People really appreciate the stuff like that, that you could tell other people put time and effort in. Like when you do stuff like that, people really appreciate that, and they will. I'll say overpay, but I mean, what's overpay? It's worth whatever somebody's willing, that's maybe their only chance to be able to pick something like that up and to be able to throw that on your fridge. Like, Rachel and Ryan, me and Bree were able to keep one of each of those, and I was super stoked for it. So yeah. But yeah, what a cool, fun thing, and again, it's really cool that we still have, and there's people that have like left the hobby and new people that have come in, but it's like we still have this really cool group of people that you guys just you show up every time we ask, and like it really is amazing. It blows me away because there's much bigger channels that probably would not get the same kind of support. Maybe that's just me feeling that way. I don't know. I just feel like I have more of a connection to all the people, and maybe because it's not gigantic. I don't know.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Dave, that's gonna be the next fundraiser for sure. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, Vince. I don't know if your neighbors are tapping into your Wi-Fi or anything, but the internet is just not.
His audio is not choppy at all this week, though. So that's the weird thing. Like the audio is perfect.
Am I choppy? Yeah. I had this fixed. I had it fixed the other day.
It's like it for you. I think it's your computer. I don't think it's your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's a computer.
I think it's like something with your video card is like.
It's a brand new computer.
You shouldn't have bought it out of the back of that guy's.
It's
trunk.
got a GeForce RTX graphics card.
Computers out of the guy's trunk.
You know what? Next week, maybe Luca switched it. He gave you like a Dell 2000 or something.
Bro, I built my son's computer. I built it myself. Like I know stuff about computers. This one I bought pre-built, and I shouldn't have done that because his computer moves like a rocket. I think I'm gonna switch my computer out with his. You know what? Next time I do, I'm going to just run it off my laptop. I got my screens over here now. I'll run it off my laptop. This is stupid. The internet should be working. I hate this internet. But my internet, hey, you guys were here. Was I glitchy at all for the live on the charity thing? No.
Whatnot? That's why I'm thinking it's your computer.
That's why I also think it's my computer because I ran that for my laptop. No issue.
It's some kind of thing.
This is the last time that I'm going to be glitchy. After this, I'm going to be so clear that it'll make you guys sick.
So we had a lot kind of going on this week.
We had a ton. We had a ton. So I'm going to. Do you guys want me to start with Fundays? Do we want to start? Maybe put the good effort into that.
I think a lot of people probably want to talk about.
I mean, that was a big talk today for sure.
Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna. I think that's where we're gonna start.
I like this setup. Look at that.
Yeah, I like this setup. This is the way that I think I want to do this.
Is Dell still a thing? I don't know. Is Dell still a thing?
It is. It's a huge company.
Yeah, Dell's still a Dell. I do not have a Dell though.
First thing we got to talk about is speaking of the other YouTubers, all the other Funko YouTubers were dead wrong. Sodas are still here, baby, and they're coming back.
Can we speculate? Can we do that here? I think we can. Yeah, we're allowed to do that, right? Let's speculate. What do we think we're going to see in Soda? Why do I feel like we're finally going to get Velma?
I mean, that's what I told someone. Someone actually commented. I said, wouldn't it be great, if they because they had a chance of Chase on the website. It says chance of Chase, which they normally don't do that unless you actually have a chance of a chase with something. So unless they made a mistake or the chases, you get the in-person box first at home box. I don't know.
I like that they're doing that too, but we'll talk about that.
They said chance of chase. So the question is, will the Soda have a chase? A lot of people are saying no. And I said, you know what? It actually, to me, it doesn't matter if it's a low piece count. If it's 1,000 or less Soda, I don't care because chases are more than 1,000. In an ultimate run, I'm okay with that. But I said, wouldn't it be great? You already have this Velma in the works to throw Velma in there with a chance at a chase to really throw people for a loop. I told someone that I was like, that would be a way.
Velma would be crazy. Can you imagine if they just threw in Jelly Belly, just out of left field, just super crazy?
I actually, man, where's he?
I was gonna say maybe we'll get the rest of the Tapatio man.
I'm trying to see what a good example is. So I kind of hope they're actual chases. We got the Pirate Freddy for last year, right? And he had all the different variants. Which is cool. Don't get me wrong, right? I actually I wanted to have an actual chase. I want to be able to rip it and not know what I'm getting. Not this is 1,000, and then there's all these other variants where you know exactly what you're getting. I'm still trying to collect the rest of these because they're cool, but I want chases. Legit.
And do you think they'll put the sticker on the outside of the can? Do you think that we're going to see that? I mean, if it's Velma, I'm thinking we're not.
If they want to stay in business. There better not
We'll
be a
stop
chase
that.
sticker on the outside of the can.
I think also I did mention something on their preview. They showed a preview of something I'm sure we'll talk about in a few minutes.
Yes.
But I commented on that and I said I can't wait to see the sneak peek for the sodas, and they liked it. So I'm hoping we get a sneak peek for a soda, like at some point. Like I'd like to see a sneak peek. Like show me something, and maybe it'll stir some more hype. Because if they do it well, and like you said, if they have a chance at the chase of the soda, that will stir even more hype because one can won't do you good, like you need multiple chances then and things like that. So I think for them it would benefit them a lot if they have ones with multiple chances at chases, like multiple different ones with chases instead of like you said, guaranteed. That Pirate Freddy, great example. Like
right.
Like almost all of them, the werewolves from the year before, like the Fright Night.
They've never done chases with the sodas in the boxes, with the exception of Space Ghost.
You think it would have been cheaper for them to actually do chases and instead of doing cans that look different, like one can that looks the same and just have the different figures with a chase pog inside it. Instead, it would have been cheaper than creating a different can for the 5 different werewolves they made or whatever like that. You could have had 2 or 3 chases in there and really
it would have encouraged. They don't realize too, if they actually have a chase, it will encourage people to buy more boxes because you don't know if you're going to get the chase. So like that's the whole reason of blind packaging, to encourage people to buy more stuff. So
yeah.
Oh, what's up, Logan?
Numbers. We finally got a drop date.
Numbers are good. I see a lot of people asking, what's the price? Price is $85, which
$85.
Great price. I think that's a great price. I was worried that it was going to be over 100 because of the new pricing for the limited piece pops, but I think, oh my gosh, $85, and they're saying that you could have a shot at a 500 piece.
1 in 50, right? 1 in 50 shot at even getting an event box, though. Right?
Yeah, the event box.
You
don't like 1 in 50, so you don't like that.
No. Let me finish.
You do like that. Okay.
I love it. Can I speculate?
How many impact?
Can I speculate? Like, how on earth do they keep track of that? Like, I'm sorry. Like, are we really like? I don't know if that's. I'm not saying that.
Well, they just say this many, or they'll have this many boxes.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're lying, but I know Funko. We all know Funko's quality control. You're telling me that like they're gonna count every order and be like, oh, 49.
Well, no, it's simple. If they got 50,000 boxes, then 1,000 of those, that's 50 to 1, right? 50,000 boxes is 1,000.
Theory.
Well, yeah, they're gonna screw it up. Listen, I hope they screw it up the wrong way where they send us way more event boxes.
I get four online boxes. I'm not going to complain.
I'm concerned that when I first saw that. So there's 2 sides of it. I do think it's a little bit unnecessary because you want to make the items should just be good enough on their own to sell the online box. And maybe this is me looking way too much into it. But the 2 things that I immediately thought of was like, that's kind of not fair to the people that are going, because the in-person box should be in person. Like, can you imagine if 1 out of every 50 people at the event got an online box? They'd be like, what is this? I flew away.
That would
1
be
out of
horrible.
every 50 people will get something else that no one will get.
True, but I like it, and for that 1 in 50 people that gets that is amazing, and that'd be really cool if somebody on YouTube gets to open that up and see those items. But I'm not doubting that Funko will do it. I'm just surprised that it's just such a weird number, like 1 in 50. Like, they should have just said, like, honestly, make it even like less, like 1 in 100 or 1 in 200. So that way, like, it's just so little that like you don't expect it. But I feel like 1 in 50 is high enough.
Yeah, but how many boxes do you think they're gonna have? Because it comes down to that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, times how many?
That's a big question mark. Yeah, we don't know how many boxes they're gonna have. What they have last year? Like 32,000 or 34,000?
I thought it was around 30,000. But if you go, say there's 30,000, it makes it very easy. There's 600 event boxes. You know what I'm saying? So it's. I think that it's good. I think that it's fun. I think honestly, it adds an extra layer to that. That just makes it a little bit more fun than in the past. I think it's actually kind of cool that they did it, and I think it's good that they did 1 in 50. 1 in 100 would have been fine too, but I think 1 in 50 is like we might see some people or know a person that actually gets it. You know what I'm saying? At 1 in 50.
1 in 50. I mean, we have 100 people in each one of our group chats.
That's my point.
Statistically speaking, we should see 2 in each one of our group chats if everybody in there is able to get a box.
That makes, I think that makes it, I think it makes it super fun. Now with the soda, this is where I'm at with the sodas. If we see like a Velma or something like that, it's probably them just trying to get rid of sodas without having to like sell more sodas. If we see something unique, do we really think that, do you think they would put something unique if they really were getting rid of it?
Indiana Jones soda. Like, I want to see that like pop up.
What do you mean if they're getting rid of it?
Listen, if they're, because everybody's saying that they're getting rid of sodas, right? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Everybody, I'm not saying
you're listening to the wrong people. If that's
no, that's what, but that's kind of my point.
Internet.
The internet. Yes, it's funny.
Is the internet wrong sometimes?
But this is the logic behind collecting. By the way, if a company makes something and then they ramp it up, people are like, "Whoa, this company's making a lot of it." But the minute like they dial it back, and then if they do a Funko thing with the sodas where they really dial it back, and then people are like, "Well, they're dead." And it's just like, I agree with you. You don't know what's going on. Like, people are so quick to make judgments.
Right. And that's kind of what I'm saying. If we get something unique, it's like, hey, guys, everybody that's downing that, like, why would you come up with a new mold or something like that? And
for a dead product.
You know what I'm saying? If it was completely dead, then why are they wasting their time with that? Like, why promote a soda in a box that's your box of the year kind of thing? Why would you promote a soda if you're never going to put out another soda? It wouldn't make sense unless you're trying to dump inventory. So I think it's going to kind of be important what soda's in here.
Yeah, and I think in what you just described in Vince land, like I'm going to hop over to Vince world for a minute.
Oh, dude, I really like be here.
I really like both.
You can visit. Don't stay. Trust me. You won't want to stay.
No, I won't stay. It's fine.
Okay.
But I like both scenarios you just put out because I think both is a win. If we get the long awaited, like so many people like yourself, Vince, who are giant Scooby-Doo fans, really wanted Velma. So if we do end up getting a soda that we thought we were never going to get, I see that as a win. And if we get a new mold, like a character out of left field, like let's say, I don't know, like just some crazy, like they give us, I don't know, it's like a character they've never done that
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones or something that we've never gotten. Like that's a win for collectors too. So from a soda perspective, I think we're golden. I think another big thing that we haven't mentioned yet, which I think is also a huge win, is that there's no wobbler.
Yeah, so, I agree.
You know what's also no wobblers and biddies. I mean,
you know what's another?
I'm surprised there's no biddies with the amount of biddies that there's.
There'll be some at the show. I think in person there might be some given out or something.
I don't feel like biddies should be in a box like this. I felt like when they put the biddies in, it started to kind of like.
Well, they didn't mix them. That's the problem. They didn't have a variety.
This should be like in the, you know, and I'm kind of surprised honestly that they're getting back to some of this good stuff. Like this should be all unique stuff that, you know, like when you got the biddies and the wobblers, it's not that I hated that stuff. It's just
they're not collectibles.
You're getting the same thing in every single box. It's just it didn't make it feel special at all. And there was no chance of chase wobblers or chance of chase sodas. Like it didn't make it more fun. I feel like
they're getting away. They're getting away from the blind biddies because I think they realize that the biddies are not for collectors. Like people they buy the biddies at the checkout. They buy them for kids. Like they're cheap little fun product. I mean, not cheap because I'm sure it's like really expensive. You know, it's hard to get those details and everything. I mean, cheap as in like they're inexpensive little products that I feel like lean more towards the toy side of Funko and not the collectible side of Funko.
Didn't it feel a little bit like a cash grab too, that they could put more value in that you had to pay for, and you didn't want that. Nobody wanted that.
It didn't feel like a cash grab because you technically weren't paying that much for them. It felt like they were just trying to beef up a box that at the end of the day doesn't need beefing up. Like if
there we go. That's a better way to say it. I like the way you said it better.
If the pops are good and the soda is good, Like that's all people want. And even people that
Right.
hate sodas, it's funny. Like there's people out there who don't like sodas, but even the people out there who hate sodas, they'll still rip it for fun. Like then they'll sell it, then they'll flip it.
I think it's good that they only did
they'll
one.
rip it.
I think it's good that they did one and not like 2 or 3 too, because I think that that was kind of an issue too. I think too many sodas for mostly pop collect. I think this is a good way to do it. 3 and 1. Like it kind of satisfies everybody. It's not too many sodas to make the pop people angry, and it's just enough sodas that one will take it as soda collectors. We'll take the one soda, you know, to have it in a box like this.
And really, you're thinking about what, $20 each item?
Yeah, it comes out to, I saw somebody did the math. It was like $21 and change, which I think is fine as long as this stuff. I mean, when you're talking about the level, that's true. That's a good point too, and you get a free ship. But the level of limited edition. $21. I mean, if you pull a 500 piece pop, do you pull $21 for like
50 piece pop?
Steal.
I mean, imagine is any of the 50 piece online in person boxes going to go to online people? I mean, how crazy excited will someone be?
I hope they send one of those to any
one.
Funko YouTuber so everybody can go rigged.
Hey, bash them hard.
Yeah. I'll do the same thing. I'll go over to WhatsApp or Skittle and be like, rigged.
Now,
there was
what do you guys? Oh, go ahead.
Before we move on, there's been a lot of activity in the comments that I want to highlight really quick. So, what was the first one? I think it was from Anna. Anna said, "Has there been any thoughts from fans of hoping for a Franny Funko soda that could happen in this year's Fundays box? Or is that way too soon to do?" I think a Franny would be great. I don't think that Funko is going to put in a Franny just unless they already had it pre-made and they just want it. They already made the decision to do it. But clearly, and I know there's some people in here. I love Franny. I know there's some people in the chat who love Franny. But clearly, as a community from a whole, people are not into Franny. They're not buying her. Her values are tanking on the secondary market. We just saw the Funimation Series 2 not sell out, and that was purely because of Franny. I saw hundreds of comments where people were saying, enough Franny. We like Freddy, but they don't like Franny. So I think if we get her soda, I think it'll be one and done, at least for right now. But hey, you know what's funny? Nobody cared about Freddy for 10 years. 2010 to 2020, nobody cared about Freddy until the pandemic. So
very true. And what I was gonna, so Tex got a good point. Potential. I'm hoping that they do what they did with the Fun on the Run box, like they made that plastic insert. Remember the Fun on the Run box? All was separated.
Yeah, the custom insert. Yeah,
that was. I hope that they learn from, like, if they start doing. They've been like a lot of stuff. I really like the direction that they've been going with. Like that's just showing that they care about what is getting into people's hands. Like I know it's very small, but like if they put that insert in, they spend a little bit of extra money on their part. It really shows that they care about what's getting delivered. It also is good on their end. Was there any word of, because I did not read the full thing, was there any word if these are going to come in hard stacks or are they doing just their normal?
I don't think so.
I didn't see anything, and I
haven't seen any glams with hard stacks either. Like the one they showed today and the ones that got leaked out. If they were going to be in hard stacks, they would probably be out there.
Right. Now, what do you guys think of the 625 drop? So these are going to drop in 2 weeks. And does that mean that we're going to have, probably will most likely have these in hand before? And is it good or is it bad that we might have some of the event boxes in hand before the event?
I don't think you will, though. If they drop on 625, there's no way.
The Fundays is that weekend. It drops on.
Is it that weekend?
Yeah, it's that weekend. So no one's gonna have them in hand unless you live.
Oh, you're right, because they're doing it before. You're right, because they're doing it way before SDC. That's right. They're doing it way before SDCC this
I think it's better that way. Honestly, I think that we couldn't have asked for a perfect drop, like just from a everybody wins kind of perspective, because if you had it earlier and the people at home get it in hand, it
ruins that's why I was asking that question.
It just kind of, I don't want to say it ruins like the flippability of like the people in person, but I feel like it takes away from the people who paid all the money, who are traveling all that way to get that experience. They should have that first person in experience. Like they should be the ones who get it in hand first, take all the pictures, celebrate the event, and then, you know, the rest of us bottom feeders at home, you know, then we can celebrate too and go, yeah, you know, and it's still exciting for us too, because whenever we get it in hand, it's special for us. But I think everything about this event, it all should go to the people in person first. They should get priority for everything.
Will they limit to, I think, 2 boxes? I don't think they'll limit you to 1. I think they'll limit at least to 2, maybe open it more, but at least to 2, I think.
I would be surprised if it was 2. I could see 4 or 5, because in years past we've been able to get 1 per mascot.
Yeah,
4.
Have they not? Why do I feel like they did like 1 in the first?
EQL was weird.
EQL was a mess. Yeah.
Didn't they do in the past though, like 1 in the first? However, like in maybe the
one per mascot, because they're different SKUs. They're different.
Right.
They're different things. Like some
people
didn't
they open it up later or something like that? They did. I thought they limited quantity at one point.
I think they did. I don't think I've ever seen Fundays. I think Fright Night they opened it up when they had some left and people figured out what boxes had the good stuff in it and the other boxes had nothing in it.
Yeah.
I think this also, the 1 in 50 chance will help sell these boxes.
I think
too. If nothing else too, people will buy. Like I think last year a lot of people, like you said, got the biddies, got the wobblers. They kind of burnt when they got multiple boxes.
The EQL screwed everything up last year too.
Even if it wasn't personally them, they got like their family members to buy them or whatever like that. It really became that like you're stuck with these, but then also you get a wobbler and a biddy and all this other stuff. I think if they do 2 at least for the first first day or something like that would be great.
I just read Gator's comment. Sorry.
That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping for a master case.
God, yeah. Can I get a master case?
I'm looking for Orange Freddy from these boxes as well too. So if anyone finds any,
anybody check on Funky Bop? Is he doing okay?
He's on to something.
Under the new name, you mean? Under the new name,
Funky Pops.
But I don't know. I think they can't limit to 1. I don't think they'll sell out enough. I think they have to at least do 2, because they're going to have, like you said, probably 30,000 boxes. That's not.
I think
they also, because it's going to come with free shipping too. I don't think that they want to ship 8,500 orders. I think they prefer to. I'm saying 8,500. I don't even know.
They feel like they would fit good 2 boxes in one. Like they could have a box that fits 2 boxes easily, or 4 boxes even. Like John, you said, like I feel like they could have some. They might limit to 2 for the first 24 hours, and then open it up, and you could buy 12. Who knows?
Yeah, and that's very
I still think they would sell out 30,000, no problem. Like if they just did it 1 per person, but I think then people would get around it. They would do, hey mom, can I borrow your address? Like they would, people would do that. Yeah, I still think it would sell out. It wouldn't be an instant sellout. I think if they open it up to 4 or 5, I think it'll sell out in an hour.
Yeah, I agree with that. And we don't know how many boxes either. I mean, they could, with 8,500 pieces, it doesn't tell us anything, because they could have 40 different pops, 8,500 pieces. Like they could have 100,000. You just don't. I doubt that they have that many, but we won't know. No, I mean, unless they. And I don't think they did preview the 1. So here, let me bring this up.
Perfect. While you do that, Dr. John says, thoughts on any Star Wars Freddy Pops in this box, Ron? I would love. Oh, what is that? I didn't see that.
You didn't see that one?
This was the first one they leaked today.
Yeah, I had a crazy day of work. I did not see it.
So did I, but I prepared 2 minutes before the show.
Oh, dude, that's amazing. I love that.
It's a pretty cool little.
So that's an online one too as well.
Even better. I love that. What does it say on his shirt? I can't tell.
Con. Something.
It's like a con Freddy. It's like he's like ready for a con. Kind of like, it reminds me of the Philippines one.
I like that. I like the blue crown. That looks great. I need it.
The colors look good on it.
But anyway, get back to the Star Wars Freddy question. I don't think they will do any Star Wars stuff in the boxes at all, just because people just don't like the general community again. Like a lot of people, like when some of us go, oh, we got an anime pop, there's a lot of people out there who go, oh, I got a Star Wars pop. And I feel like they'll stick to themes that are more like generically accepted. That's why I feel like Marvel's good, because everybody kind of likes Marvel, but Star Wars has kind of become like a niche on his own. Like, I don't know.
So interesting on this online one.
That doesn't mean
there's
there
no
could be
number on it. There's no number on this one. So I'm looking and I zoomed in on the bottom where numbers are now. There is no number on it.
Yeah.
So will everyone get one of these in their box? And it won't be, which is weird. It contradicts that they have numbers on them all. So
that's a good point, Josh.
It's weird though. It's missing the numbers on it. Like I had to zoom in to see because I took a screenshot of it, because Funko actually showed this on their stream, which is very unusual as well too, because they don't usually leak anything before. They're doing clues or hints. So that's what I was mentioning before. They did this.
This doesn't make sense then if that would be one of the 3 pops. Like if everything, because technically then it's not really limited edition. Like it's limited based on the amount of boxes. But do you think they could be dropping this for like in addition?
No, I think it says online. I think it said online box.
Online.
And they did a whole video. I mean, they did a video with this one.
That's weird.
Here, I have it very zoomed.
I mean, listen, the boxes last year, the boxes were limited, but we all got wobblers that were not numbered. So I think what Josh just said, what Josh just said is probably the maybe more correct thing, that we're all getting this Freddy, and then there's only going to be 2 unique ones, which the 85 starts to sound a little less special, but again, if you were to get a 500 piece pop in there, you'd pay over what is the price point on that? $50? Does that fall in the $50 range or even higher? Like on their new
might be 60.
That's what I'm saying. I think it goes higher, because I think like the 750 piece was $50. So like, if you want to go with the new structure, it's still not horrible. If we all got a Freddy, it's not the end of the world.
But what about
the people? It's weird they don't have a number on it, where they said everything would be limited, right? In their like description.
Is that what it said in the description?
Some people are saying in the comments on the post here that this could be a sample, but I'm not sure.
Here, this is what the description says. I'll post it in the chat.
Yeah, if you only get 2 limited pops and they're saying you get 3, like I don't consider something limited unless it has a piece count. That's just my definition.
I totally agree with that.
What did Bobby say? Bobby, you might be right. I also think every box will have this pop, but the con box will have a limited version. Well, that would be a bummer.
That would be a bummer. And
but isn't that interesting though? That limited edition collectibles range from 500 to 8,500 piece produced. These mystery items are only available through the online Fundays box. Doesn't mention anything about it says 3 limited edition pops. And then
this isn't limited, so hopefully there's supposed to be a sticker on there, or there's supposed to be like other.
No one would complain if they got 4 pops, though. Would you complain if you ended up getting an extra?
No, if we got this one. What did they did? Listen, Funko themselves did this video. It's not like this wasn't leaked. There was actually, they did a video on their thing. I don't know how to bring up a video of.
It's just weird they don't have a number on the bottom piece underneath on the box.
I agree.
Where they have. I was looking at it and I was like, that's missing. I wondered what it was, because that might have gave us a better count. Because they could easily do this in different colors too, John. Like, here's a blue.
That's what I'm saying. There could be other variations. There's like a 500 piece blacklight or something. Like, yeah.
Oh, here, Holly just said this, because I did not watch the video, quite honestly.
She said some of us may receive this, Freddie. Okay.
So I feel like this is going to be in the box, which should have a number on it. If listen, especially if only some of us might, all of them should have numbers on it. No, I mean,
they should.
Am I crazy here? They should all have numbers on it, because now you're like
500 should be the highest.
Well, we saw the other Freddies like Iron Man and stuff. Those all had numbers on them.
Yeah,
like Pinocchio and everything.
Yeah.
So,
and it's
speaking of those two,
but those are the Freddy box style. You notice this is not that same, not the traditional box style of, Freddy doesn't show like Iron Man and stuff like that. It's showing
he has that
Right.
box was made specifically for that Freddy.
for that box.
Freddy.
So maybe
Right.
that's why they screwed up. I mean, they screw up. I mean, we just saw the magician's assistant come in for everyone that said
With the-
magician's assistant. I mean, how do you put an N in front of magician instead of an M? So,
Could you believe
quality control is not always there very well for a 999 piece pop. They can't spell the name of it right and the first main letter. So quality control.
Yeah, and like, yeah. I mean, out of box.
Ugh.
Out of box is actually almost worse.
But they're head swap.
Put it back in the box. These look like customs.
Well, honestly, listen, their hair
Custom
colors
looks better. Vince had a better custom, like on his thing.
100%. Well, listen, they didn't even do the crowns different. Like legit, these two have the exact same heads, exact same hair color, exact same crowns,
everything.
That's unfortunate.
You know what's ironic is that Funko, what was it, like 2-3 years ago, they sent out all those cease and desist letters to all the people making customs and reselling them on the market. It was probably because they wanted to do it. They wanted to just do the head swaps and make money off of it. They didn't want anybody else to be able to do that. But
they did it all right, because I mean,
I will be so disappointed if I pull one of these two in my box. Like, there's just so much opportunity for creativity here that they just flush down the toilet.
Yeah, it's it's pretty unfortunate.
I wanted a good Iron
especially with the because I really would love to have an Iron Man Freddy, but put the goatee on. I mean, they could have done a million things. Like back in the day when they did the Venom Freddy, which was also pretty much a head swap. At least they did At least they did the freckles like him. I think they did the freckles in a different color, and they put they did the hair black, and I think the crown might have been black. Like these, Tony Stark and Star, they don't have the exact same hair color. And I'm not trying to be like
Freddy. Go back to the other Freddy.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be like hyper critical or anything like that.
I mean, at least they changed the crown color and they added a mask to his face.
They did. There's actually more creativity here, and it looks like does he have a cape or something?
Yeah, he has a cape.
That's awesome.
And a bag in his hand. Like,
yeah, he looks like kind of like the one from like a little bit different, because I don't think he has a cape on and mask, the Freddy from the Philippines com.
Yeah, which I do have a picture of that in here too. I think
it's around here.
I had one over here, but I think I put
I do. I've got it in here. Let me see.
Mine is around here somewhere.
I put all the Freddys I was selling.
Yeah, Riley.
I got Hoops Freddy. Hoops Freddy is also.
Yeah, silly.
I mean, is this a remake of the Freddy from? Is it different mold at least than the Freddy from the Olympic one?
Yeah, I feel like this is different.
Yeah, it's a different mold because he's in like an action pose, but
he's in a different pose.
What's the piece count on the gold one for kicks?
Like 200 or something like that.
Yeah, it was really. Let me see if I
feel like decently low. I can't remember.
You got 1,000 piece on the regular one and 120 on the gold. 100.
See, previous John would have spent an arm and a leg trying to get their gold one, but now I'm looking at it and I'm like, they couldn't have made it a different mold. They couldn't have had, dude. Imagine the gold one was dunking. That'd be cool.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not going to do something like that. They just go that straight up gold.
I mean, I feel like we're going to get a lot of that. I mean, for the 50-piece ones, that's what it's going to be.
Oh, it's probably blacklight, like what they did last year.
It's going to be gold, blacklight, whatever.
Which is a bummer. Like, I really think they should go the extra mile. They can definitely afford it. And I think that the money, like, you get what you put into it. If you put out more creative products with more details and creativity and really awesome molds and stuff, it's only going to draw in more people. Like, them taking the easy way out, they're actually hurting themselves as a company overall.
Listen, that's one thing. Like, I think that can't be stated enough, honestly, especially with Fundays. Like, and I think why people really started getting involved a lot more in Freddie in particular is they saw the value. They saw when we got around COVID time and everything skyrocketed. What skyrocketed the fastest? It was the Freddies. Why? Because they were really, for the most part, the only really limited pieces out there, right? And people, for me, I'll stick by this. I think people fell in love with Freddy's not as much as the character himself. I think they fell in love with the
value.
dollar sign
The
and
value
they
of
fell,
Freddy.
yeah. And like, where were you getting a 500 piece pop back? It was only Freddy's, 2,000 piece, only Freddy's. You know, you start to get to 4,000, 5,000, 8,000. They did drops like that. You got the metallic toucan and Flock Tony the Tiger that were a couple thousand pieces back then too. But for the most part, those things went crazy because of that. And people really fell in love with Freddy because they saw the dollar signs. Now, with that being said, and what you just said, John, this is their one time a year that they can really put a stamp on Funko as a collectible. And hey, this is something you can buy to make money with. And these boxes drive this, I think, at this point. When they get lazy-ish with this, like the Star-Lord and the Iron Man, like when you start seeing stuff like this and they're not taking that creativity up a little bit, like this is not even the best Iron Man pose in the last 10 years. Like this looks like I don't even know which one. This looks like the old school one. And Star-Lord is a little bit better because the pose is a little different, but for these to just have head swaps and just put so little effort into it, I think it's a really missed opportunity. Again, I want to see everything come out. Like I don't want to make judgments on 2 leaked ones that they didn't even get to leak themselves.
But this is all we have to go off of so
it's
far.
Just not a good start for me. Yeah, it's maybe these are the 2. I hate saying lazy, but hopefully these are the 2 laziest ones, and all the other ones start blowing us out of the water because we've had there's been many years that we just get the head swap Freddy's.
I mean, you get a lot of
there's some
variety.
other fire stuff in there.
Yeah. I mean, last year we saw that, a good mix of stuff, but we've seen that every year. I think a good mix of things. I think, one of the things, I don't know if you'll have it in slides later, but definitely we need to talk about 2 things about Thrilljoy. One, they had a pre-release today.
I did. I'll be honest. I'm kind of excited about whatnot.
So
yeah, well, before we get into that, because I definitely have some thoughts there, but before we get into that, I just wanted to round this out. I really liked how Anna put it. She said the hardest choices require the strongest wills. I think Funko as a company, like this box and the Fundays event, in my opinion, I think it sets the tone for the next year.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Yep.
Yeah, if we go into the next 12 months and everybody's talking about, because like in 2023, when we had the Camp Fundays fiasco with a couple of Freddies that unfortunately got misstickered, right? I felt like people were talking about that all the way up until last year's Fundays. And then last year's Fundays was actually pretty good for the most part. I don't think we had really that much
really low piece count.
Yeah, like we didn't have that much negative. There wasn't really anything negative to pull from it. They did a really good job. It was Mike Becker's last event. It was a great theme. They came out with some great stuff, and I feel like that set the tone up until now. So here we go. We have it. This is the new CEO's first Fundays, and I will pin all of the success and all of the mistakes on her from this year's event. So far, not liking what I'm seeing. So I really hope that she and the rest of the team have some really cool stuff in store for us. What really kills me is that they are doing any head swap Freddies when one of the things that has got to be bringing in a significant chunk of revenue for Funko, and they said it, is the NFTs. And the NFTs, I mean, they've created some incredible figures with some amazing detail and designs and just ridiculously awesome molds. So like they have the capability. They have, like, you do it every 2 to 3 weeks with these NFT drops. Why not go all out? Like, why not make your party like the talk of the town, not just in our community, but in every collectible community? Like, I want to see Funko drop such good stuff that it makes the sneakerheads come over. It turns the heads of the Lego collectors, like the sports card, the Yu-Gi-Oh, the Pokemon. Like, everybody's like, hold up, I got to go grab this because people are reselling it. Like, who cares? Like, in Funko's mind, who cares if people are reselling stuff for thousands of dollars on the secondary market? That means people are buying up your product and it's being bought up because people want it that bad. So I really hope they have some cool stuff in store.
And it's a great point with the NFT. I mean, how many of the NFT Freddies are head swaps?
Very few.
I don't know if there's any. I don't know if there's any. Like,
Can't
I'm
think
going
of
through
any
just
that are just head swap. Like maybe
when you start thinking about.
I did find one the other day. The tune.
Yeah, no, there might, but
there's
that's
a
what
few, but very few.
Very few. Very few. Most of them are like the Beetlejuice one started shipping out.
especially
Like the Beetlejuice
non-IP ones. Non-IP ones, none of them are head
No,
swap.
none of the those are completely customals. But if you go IP, like the Turtles one wasn't a head swap. The old Turtle one wasn't a head swap. The Scooby Doo one wasn't a head. Like you just go down the list all the way through that.
The headless Freddy. The headless Freddy was so good. Oh my god, great point.
Still one of the best Freddys, and that was just a regular. Just a regular one. That wasn't even a limited one.
And the other thing I wanted to say, just because you hit the nail on the head with Freddy, people equate Freddy with value and Freddy, being expensive and money. I think now is a great time. Like I told Joanna the other day, I said, we got plenty of space in this house. I'm going to grab a couple extra Frannies right now when they're like $20, $30, $40. I'm tucking them away. I really am. Because I think come 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now, people are going to want some of the first Frannies. Just like how many people go back and try to get the original, like first San Diego Comic-Con edition Freddy's from 2011 and 2012 and 2013, and people pay thousands upon thousands of dollars for a mint one. I think that people are going to be wanting to get the first few Frannies. So I'm going to start tucking them away, and I don't care if the value doesn't go up, right away. I'll sit on them. I'm in this for the long haul.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
I'll be curious about how much Funko starts revealing about different clues of what's in the boxes and stuff like that too, as well. Since they already started that today with the first launch of actually posting the boxes, the information on the website about the boxes, but having our first peek at one of them. Will we see more of that as we kind of go into this throughout the time? I think that could, really, drive some hype around it a little bit to help the sales of the online ones, because they're coming out prior to the face-to-face ones, so they want to sell the online ones before they even get to that next, in-person part of it. So I think they have to do some marketing to get people to spend that $85 per box, whatever they're selling, 32,000 boxes or whatever, they come out to. So
they got about 2 weeks to hype us
I don't
up.
think they'll have to do much marketing. I think that enough people know, and there's going to be videos posted. Like there's so much marketing that Funko gets. Look at us. I mean, look, we're talking about it, like, and they're not paying us a dime. Like think about all the other YouTubers and people on Twitch and TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all these groups and word of mouth, the toy shows and stuff. I think 30,000.
I mean, overall, be honest. Overall, are you excited for the box this year?
I am. I'm excited because I think it's a great price point. I even told, I was talking to Jonathan the other day, and I was like, dude, if it's like 100 or 150, I think that's going to be a turnoff. And I even said, I think I put it in our text, I was like, it needs to be under 100 this year. It just, I really feel like it does, just because everybody's so turned off. And they're not everybody, but some people are really turned off by the tiered pricing for the the limited piece pops and everything. So I think they hit it out of the park. I really hope that everyone doesn't get the same thing. I hope the soda has a chase. I do think it actually has the potential to be a really solid, really good box of fun.
What about you, Josh?
I'm excited to see what's to come, like what they start peeking about. I would get boxes. One, because they have a soda. I haven't had new sodas in forever. Mm-hmm. I think that's one peak. Another peak for me is that 1 in 50 chance of getting a in-person box. I think that's one of the feed of, I guess, things I love, because I love the chance of being able to get something more than what you're paying for, because then you're getting that plus version of that box, and maybe you have the shot at that 50 piece or whatever those kind of things are that are in there. That would be amazing if they do have a good mix of stuff. I hope they don't have, everyone knows, I think this way without teams, it's so much better too.
I do too.
I think without mascots, I like it. I love the mascots. They look cool. They're fun. It makes sense when they have teams, like team thing activities at Fundays to do. But since they're not doing that kind of thing, I think I like the idea that I'm not having it for the pure sense of the boxes might be completely randomized. Hopefully for us.
I like that.
We're not going to get, I got box A, so I know I'm going to get a Freddy as Iron Man, Freddy as Star-Lord, and the Con Freddy. Like, I know I'm going to get those three, and I'm going to get Velma Soda.
Did we ever did they say that we were getting 3 limited Freddys, or did they just say 3 limited pops?
No, it actually just says 3 limited edition pop figures, and
that's why I'm saying
soda. Nothing says Freddy, nothing says Franny, nothing says Proto, nothing says anything.
That's why I threw that out there. When they say you may get that Freddy, the other Freddy, are we going to see something else? Are they going to do maybe not necessarily a mascot, but we've gotten mascot-y things before that.
Yeah.
I think it was the Tiki. I think like the Tiki one, you got the Dino and I can't remember all their names, but you didn't pick back then either. You didn't pick which one you were going to get, and
everybody got Torchy for the 2021.
We got Torchy. Oh my god! I actually have my. I just found my Torchy. I think it's.
Remember they forced. Remember everybody got a Mike Becker and Brian Mariotti 2-pack, and everybody was like,
I still have that one too. I couldn't get rid of that either. I think both of them had $10 combined value right now. But are we going to see something like? Are we going to see a Torchy in this box? Do you know what I'm saying?
I hope we do. I hope we see some non-limited Freddys. I think that they kind of overdo it on Freddy as a whole. So I think if even if you know what, like I'll go out and put this out there. This probably be an unpopular opinion, but if these are the only Freddys we get, but they come out with some other really cool limited pieces of other characters, I'll be fine with that. Like, give me a really cool Batman. Yeah, no, I'm serious.
IP characters or non-IP characters? That's the question.
No, I would, because my Freddy desires are like satisfied by the NFTs, and that's something we didn't have in years past. Like, I was always like really hungry this time of year because of Fundays, because that's the only time we got Freddys. Now we get Freddys like every 3 weeks. Yeah, so I don't have that like same desire or like that built up hype for Freddy, because we get Freddy all the time. So I'll actually be really excited if they give us like a really cool Spider-Man suit that's like 500 pieces that we've never gotten before.
No, Jack, you know what? You've talked me into that. I could probably get behind that as well, because I think if you're only in it for value, I mean, if they gave us a 500 piece limited Spider-Man pop, I think your value is going to be there as much as it would be with Freddy anyway, because really, it's a limited piece. Yeah, I think you're right, Josh. I think it probably is more valuable if you're only worried about that. So, now if these were the only 2 Freddys, I will be a little bit disappointed. Then they could have gone a little bit heavier in the mold department.
Oh, don't worry. There's Pinocchio too.
Oh yeah, we got the. Listen, I'm kind of looking forward to that Pinocchio. I'm sorry, but I kind of
the other version of Pinocchio, 2 versions. So
yeah,
I kind of want
maybe one of these Freddys will have a yellowish head to him.
One of them might look like this.
I mean, look, that kind of it's
almost
the
similar 50
to the
piece
you got. It's very closely to the hue that you have for Back to the Future.
I recognize the face. At least this has purple hair. I all kidding aside,
crown seems weird. Something weird with that crown.
This is most likely going to be one of the 50 piece ones at the.
No, I think it had a number on it. I think we saw this one. I think we saw. I think it was still like 1,000 or something like that. It was lower, but it wasn't like crazy low.
So what are they going to do? The real limited ones, gold this year? We'll find out.
All right, let's. We got a rant about Thrilljoy.
Yeah, let's do that.
There's rant and rave, so there's a little bit of both for me, I think.
Listen, what do you want? Why don't we listen to John's rant?
What is that? Hang on.
I want to rave first.
What is that?
Are you about to offend me?
That is a Pix Thrilljoy. So this is a 96.
Are you about to offend me?
A regular chase, and then He-Man, but the slime. But you're talking about like at least different.
The slime pit He-Man is a 96 piece chase. What is your problem, John? When did you get this
cool.
way?
I'm excited for you, man.
No, the bigger one I think is actually the turtles one.
They look like little people. Sorry, they don't look.
Show
like...
the turtles one. Do you have the
Hold
turtles
on.
one, Ben?
In terms
Yes,
of limited
yes.
edition and like chase variants, like that is very cool.
Look at this though.
That's cool.
There is a chase.
Little people. It didn't look like little. Okay.
Actually, when I saw
these are better.
These are better.
These are good. But imagine this: if you want a Krang, there is no way to buy a Krang. You have to get the 96-piece chase.
That's
you can't
cool.
just go out and buy a Krang.
Listen, for real. All kidding aside, I actually will be getting the He-Man. I'll probably get 3 of those. I'll probably get 3 to 5 of these.
Did you order today?
These I don't think went on order. I did order some today. Not these though, right?
Order today.
These did.
Yeah, I got these sold out. The turtles sold out. I don't know if they'll come back for the 20th, but they did sell out today at some point.
I hope they come back. I only had picked up maybe I got in too late in the day. I got the creature because I'll get all the I like Universal Monsters. I'll buy it in any form. Mystery minis, like all of that stuff. Like I like that in all the little people form. I'll buy little people form.
Sam, what was wrong with my reaction? Was that not a good reaction? Was that not an accurate reaction? I don't know.
So Wasatch puts it right.
I agree with you.
I felt like these when I saw these open live. All right, so I want to talk about the Whatnot a little bit. I thought Whatnot was a good way for them to show off a product very different than other people. I thought they were just going to give away stuff. When they started auctioning off a pre-sale item, I was a little disappointed.
Like that. I think that was the worst move they could have made.
I think the only way they could have redeemed themselves on that move, people were
donated to charity or something.
It's charity. If they 100%. Gave that money to a charity,
100%.
Not even. I don't even think charity could have saved that. I think that single-handedly turned off so many people. Like I was only in there for a few minutes, and so many people were angry. And no disrespect, like Blake, to his credit, he was actually answering people's questions. He was reading the chat. He was reassuring people that these were only going to be $20. But there is so much misconception already around Thrilljoy as a company and what they are and their affiliation with Funko. I just think that they just did themselves a massive disservice by doing that, because you now had people go out and pay for product early that's going to be on the secondary market, or actually not even secondary market. It's going to be directly sold by Thrilljoy for cheaper for their retail costs. And I just feel like you're falsely inflating your own product and using Whatnot to give fake hype to your company just because nobody has access to that product yet. So I think it would have been fine if they had given it to another company and another company was like, hey, we got these new Thrilljoy picks in, but seeing that Thrilljoy brand on Whatnot, and if that is giving other companies ideas, I hope any other company thinking of doing that out there, that is the fastest way to piss off any community that you're trying to build, because so many people were angry. I was angry too. I wasn't even participating. I was like, this is wrong.
I watched it and I was like, even when I heard they're selling their tickets to their event,
that was the icing on the cake.
I'm like, come on. I'm like, you can give away product. Like you're only
it's a really bad look.
At a time. Like give away the product.
It's desperate.
If they did do charity, I would have loved to see that. Like if you're raising money for charity and we see it go there, I am okay with that, with hype around it, because it generated hype for people watching the stream. But if someone paid $560 for a creature, the Gill Man, open the Black Lagoon, and they got a common Gill Man out of that. They didn't even get a chase out of that. And they got a common Gill Man. And it's like, you paid $560 and this product's going to come out in a week for $20. That's not like, by the time you get it, you're not going to even have enough time to sell it before other people can order it to make crazy money off of it. It wasn't a pro. I really hope they throw in other stuff for these people, like extra things for the people that spent all this money to buy or something, because everything. I mean, they have tons, they have tons of the picks and other things. Like they have protos of everything. They have the like you said, t-shirts, hats, all those kind of things. Like throw that stuff in a box for these people that paid this much money up front, because these are your hype people anyways. Like if they're willing to pay that, they must love your brand or just want to be the hype person that gets it. But there's a better way to do it, I think, for next time for them if they're doing this. And then they did a pre-launch today, and I got an email.
Why did they? Okay, so why? Listen, let me just butt in real quick because I'm actually kind of annoyed. I'd seen everywhere that it was going to drop on. No, that's my point. But that's my point. Like I'd seen everywhere it was going to drop on 6/20. I have it on my stupid calendar for 6/20.
Yep.
Why do a pre-release?
So
listen, if they sold out of a certain amount and it comes back on 6/20, okay, all good, no problem.
Yeah,
but like if I missed
want to
it
see
now,
how it goes, like what ones are selling, what ones they need to
kind of
hype
tick
up.
me off, to be honest with you. You know,
but I agree, Vin. I think the bad thing was they emailed, and I get it if you emailed your previous customers and maybe gave them early access or something.
I got the email. I never even read it though. I don't read my emails like that.
But I went through and I saw the date and I saw 6/12, but no time.
Email from May still I haven't read.
They didn't post anything else.
I believe that.
And around before noon, I posted something, and I figured I'm gonna refresh at noon because that's when they've been dropping stuff before at like noon, like weird things they've been dropping at noon before. So I was like, let me refresh.
You're like a super fan.
Well, no, I just like I watched a lot of the like what's going on with it, and it's like I wanted to check out some of these figures. I
will seriously be upset. I unlike John, I'm actually looking forward to these. It gives me. Listen. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I like to gamble a little bit. I do like the mystery boxes probably more than I should, and mystery minis and that kind of stuff. Like I love that. It's fun. Like, and I personally, I don't think these look like little people. I think they are. I like them. Whatever. I don't care.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Exactly. And I'm okay with. I'm okay that you don't like them.
No, I do like that they are doing the very limited chases with completely different molds. I will give them credit where credit is due. That is awesome.
It's just not your cup of tea.
Something that Funko doesn't do enough of, if any. I mean, they're not doing regular 96. And is the Casey Jones a 24 piece? I can't see.
No, it's just a chase.
It's a
chase,
regular chase.
But still, like to have a shot at getting a 96 piece chase in any collectible form is awesome. I stand by what I said though at New York Comic Con. I said I wanted to give this company a year, and we are 9 months into them as a company, and unfortunately, I do like some of their product, but I can't get behind it. I can't buy any of this stuff because everything they're doing just screams desperation. And if this company is bankrupt by the end of the year, I wouldn't be surprised, just because everything they're doing is just. It just screams desperation. Like, why do you have to go on an auction app that you know is successful? Like, they chose Whatnot for a reason. They didn't go on eBay Live. It's not like they hit up all the auction apps. No. They only went to Whatnot because Whatnot is by far the most successful and you can get the most reach. But the fact that they did not go live on Whatnot and just give away all their product, like that would have been a genius marketing move. You would have had 1,000 people plus.
So they did partner a little bit with Temple. A Toy Temple prior, but Toy Temple didn't have any of the new product. They had the picks, and they're opening them live, and they're actually opening them for master cases, which was actually nice because there are master cases of a lot of them go by 6. There are some that go by 3. I find out watching this stream, and I bought some stuff and I scored some chases. Did not score Skeletor chase, Vince. I did not score the 24 piece.
You did it,
that's but I got it for the pretty much the price that it's going for online. Like I figured they're opening them live. They're opening them from a sealed case. There is one chase out of every 6 in the sealed case. Like if you bought a master case of these, I guess, of the actual picks, the picks panoramic and things like that. But Toy Temple was, I guess, feeding into their stream. They gave them some stuff, I think, to give away as well too. And they're just trying to sell some of the picks panoramic products for them as well. But I think they missed the opportunity.
What's a pre-sale?
Like you said, give away. Like more people would have been there if they gave away the entire stream. Like they didn't even give away the ones that they just opened live.
Oh, they didn't do any giveaways.
Weird. Like they did some giveaways, but they didn't do like as many as would think.
I would have thought they'd be
especially
giving
making $500 off of that pays for how many giveaways? Like one thing selling.
Oh, that pays
for how
for
many giveaways?
100 giveaways, easy.
Guys, listen? When you have something drop on the 20th of June, what the heck is a pre-sale? Like, why are we doing pre-sales? Like,
I think
I'm
they're
more annoyed by the moment right now.
I think they're scared, and I think they're trying to take as many people's money as they can before Fundays, before San Diego Comic-Con, because you got to remember, a majority of Thrilljoy's customer and fan base is coming from Funko World, so they are directly competing with Funko.
No, I get that, but like, why do a pre-sale if you have a drop date?
They're just trying to lock in your money.
The only thing I could think of, if they were smart, if they did a special pre-sale for those that were already Thrilljoy reward members or something like that, that I would get. Kind of like Funko.
I'm part of the club, I wanted a bigger.
What if they did? If you pre-sale now, we'll give you like 10% off one, 20% off the order three. Oh yeah, free shipping. Yeah, free shipping is
good. They did free shipping. I found out afterwards if you ordered a whole set of Pixels, which are the little tiny, that they look like tiny panoramics, the little minis they have. I guess I don't know. I'm not really into those. These I like because they look like sodas, and they have a rare chance.
They're charging $15 shipping to ship 2 of these.
Oh. It's like if you order like 4, it's like $25 to ship 4 of them. And there's no way it costs them $25 to ship. They need to get their shipping stuff figured out.
Guys, give me a call. I use Shopify too. I'll show you guys how to set up.
They don't know how to set up weights and sizes.
No, they don't. Like, for sure. Guys, oh my goodness gracious! Wow. Listen. I'm not negative Nancy on all. Like, I think I'm a pretty positive person, and I'm not trying to be like one of those try to figure out how to be like. I'm not trying to be negative in any way. Honestly, this is kind of, I wonder what other people's experience is, because like I'm somebody that actually, I like this company. I said it right from the get-go. If they do smaller versions of this stuff, I like the style. I like that they're doing He-Man. They're doing characters that I actually enjoy. Yeah. Like, this is everything that I want to be excited about. I want to open blind items that we could pull chances of chase. And I like that they're limited pieces with numbers. And I like that we can get ultra. Like, I love everything about that. Now, what I don't love what they did with Whatnot. I don't love that I'm paying $15 to get 2 basically mystery minis. Like, I know what I just shipped 300 boxes. I know what I'm paying for this stuff. Basically, you could ship these all day long for $9, all day long. 2 of these, $9. And I get that they want to make maybe some for the processing, and maybe they don't have a lot of, like, I get it. And listen, if their stuff is in demand, like the turtle stuff, they can charge it. It's not a good customer experience though. When I'm like looking at, if you have a drop, okay, and people are gearing up for a drop, and then you drop it early. What's the point? I get the locking in, but why say June 20th? Just say that they dropped today. Say that they're dropping on June 12th. Are you bringing in fake hype? Now you're going to release the rest of these turtles because I'm going to tell you what I think the strategy is, because I think Funko's done this for years. They sold out of the turtles today. So now on June 20th, everybody's going to be sitting by their computer waiting for the turtles to drop because they don't want to miss out again. And it's this fake hype. I don't like the fake hype stuff because
it's manufactured. I don't like that either.
You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. And Funko has done it for years where they sell out and then, oh, look, this is restocked. I don't like that fake hype stuff. Like, because now you're trying to sell a product because you don't feel like you're going to sell your product.
Now, it does say,
just be confident in your product. If you have a product and you're proud of it, you just put it out. See how it's received.
Why is there any other reason that they do a pre-sale? It's exactly what I'm saying right now.
I think this company hype. I think going into
that rubs me the wrong way.
Post NYCC, I think Thrilljoy has been running on a very scared platform. I think they're just very fearful of the future.
So with this, if you look at this actually says that it is not sold out. It just says temporarily unavailable.
Yeah.
So if you actually click on
that, the hype
sale will ship.
They pulled it.
I don't like that tactic. I personally, that's a bad look for me. I don't
So
know.
the smart thing though
I'm
for
very
them to
positive,
do, Vince,
usually.
right now, is if they actually have these in stock and they can get enough out to people that did a pre-sale to like in the next day or two, they could be shipped and sent to these people, and people could get them and start posting online about
Yeah,
them
but
before the
you,
actual
you know
sale
what the
happens.
problem is?
And
Go to
generate
their
hype.
shipping. Their shipping says 1 to 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know.
You're not.
That's the problem.
So
Well,
you're not even
it
going
said
to
1
get
to
it
2 weeks
before
in
then.
New York Comic Con. It said how many weeks, and it took them 4 months. So it took them 2 months or whatever, 3 months. So that's a make or break for them too. It's like how it, but maybe they're gonna say that on here and get those out faster though, and get some hype around them, because that
No,
would be
I
a smart
bet you
thing to do.
that.
To me, that
I
would be
mean,
the
maybe
smart
they
thing
are.
to do.
I don't know. You know, like stuff like this. Like I don't know. As a collector, that's been like I get it. They're gonna prey on the FOMO of like newer collectors coming into this, but collectors that have been around, they see through stuff like this. And like I said, I'm not trying to poke holes. I'm not trying to put down a new company because listen, regardless, they got a lot of money influx right at the beginning because of the way that they started off, which is completely fine. They got to go through the growing pains of a company like John, like you said, John. You want to give them. These are the things though. Like if you're putting collector first to build fake hype through whatnot streams and build fake hype through pre-sales of something that you're going to drop. I don't know how nobody sees through that. I think everybody sees through that stuff. To charge $15 to ship to, I think these are a little bit bigger than mystery minis, so I don't want to undersell this, but I know how much it costs to ship stuff. And again, they might have to charge this to make a profit, and I get all that. It just
if I can be real,
rubbing me a little bit of the wrong way. And I'm not trying to be negative, and I'm not trying to poke holes. And
if I can be
like this company.
You know how people say like when they get down to it, they're like, real talk. If I can talk about Thrilljoy,
I've said that once or twice actually.
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying.
Straight real talk about Thrilljoy. They legit have such a good thing going, and they, in my opinion, actually have an opportunity where they could become like an equivalent of Funko, and maybe like 5 to 10 years from now, they could overtake Funko by like having a bigger collector community. I don't think they'll ever overtake Funko in terms of what Funko is bringing in. It'll be a long time before they become a billion-dollar company. What I'm saying, they're all about the collector. I love their message. I love where they're going from that aspect. I actually do think the smaller picks are genius. I think having those very limited cases with completely different molds, like that's exactly what everybody from Funko World wants. So they're doing good things when it comes to their product. It's just their execution is just shooting themselves in both feet. And that's what kills me to see, because I actually want to see other smaller companies thrive and succeed, because I wanted to push Funko to become better. And I don't like companies being shady, and I don't like, Whatnot. To me, like we all sell on Whatnot, but we are nobody. Like Whatnot is supposed to be for your average collector.
Like us.
It's supposed to be for nobodies that like you can literally download the app, apply to be a seller, become a seller, build a community, and you go live, and that's your business model. Like as a company, you should be successful enough as a company to not need Whatnot. Like Thrilljoy should be going on Whatnot, and they should be going from stream to stream and seeing what their products are selling for on the secondary market. Like they should not be touching the secondary market. So that to me was just a huge red flag. This pre-sale thing, I didn't know about this until tonight. Another major red flag.
No, I didn't know about it either until tonight.
I think they need to bring in somebody like Brian Mariotti is obviously the CEO, but I think they need to bring in somebody who like knows how to actually run a company, and who's going to come in and be like, no, if we're dropping the product on June 20th, all the product goes up for sale June 20th. If it sells out, great. We're going to start shipping.
And it's ready to ship on June 20th.
Yes,
like it's in our warehouse.
Like I don't like how they're so like collector focused, right? And they have
John,
this awesome,
exactly
like,
what I was about to say.
Like they have I'm sorry to steal your thunder then, but they have this board of collectors, right? Like everyday people in the community who are supposed to be the voice of the community. I think that is amazing and something that actually Funko should do. But at the same token, like don't say you're all about collectors and you're all about the community when your bucket hat is $50, because I'm not buying that bucket hat. Like, that is just so expensive and unnecessarily pricey. Like, if you're about the collector, be about the collector.
So when you said it before, you said I love their messages about the collector, but every step that they've taken is showing me the opposite. The shipping is ridiculous. It's not in stock ever when we go to like, why drop it on the 20? And again, I think it's what you said, John. I think they're trying to get it out before SDCC and trying to grab the money, which I understand all that. But it's not collector first when you have to wait 1 to 2 weeks every time that you order something from them. I don't think it's collectors first when you drop something as a pre-sale. When you announced, like, I follow the company, but I'm not on, like, I'm not checking 42 times a day that they were doing.
But no one posted about that pre-sale at all. I posted about it today. I didn't see anyone else talking about it. I went into the Thrilljoy like Facebook group, and no one was talking about a pre-sale because it came in an email, never mentioned on their like their socials or anything like that. Never got any hype around it. And it's just like, I think the problem is they think they're the greatest thing ever, but like until they get hit hard with financial stuff, then they start listening to the people, which I think they should do the opposite. They should talk to the people, and these advisory board people, I hope they're like, I don't know.
I mean, they're getting a free advisory board tonight for the last 20 minutes. I think that we've given some very valid criticism here.
Well, I mean,
we're doing it for free.
They need people that aren't just a yes person too, like on groups. They need someone that will challenge them. Like if they brought that, see, the problem was they should have brought the picks, like the picks panorama. I'm so glad they pivoted. We've talked about that. But if they brought that to someone early on and talked to collectors, everyone would have been like, I love it. It looks great, but it's so big. But I love the figures. Like, and I said that when I opened them for the first time. When I seen them for the first time, I said, the figures look great. I'm glad they have the like limited chases. Everything has a chase, everything limited. And they have the like 24 pieces at that time. They didn't have 96. But those kind of things, like as a collector, that's what I'm looking for. But the picks are so huge. Like I have a box sitting over here to open that has 3 picks in it. It was from their secret stash, a giant box. There's probably 3 picks in there. It doesn't feel like there's anything different in there, like maybe a proto. It doesn't feel lighter. It feels like pretty heavy, like 3 big, really big boxes inside. And it becomes also difficult to ship and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
But they could have easily like pivoted to that, because that's how they pivoted to these. He-Man probably was a Pix already being designed as a panoramic,
to go along with the Skeletor.
And it's probably the same size as the figure of Skeletor. If we took them out, I'll have an extra one. If we want to take them out, put them with them, you know, like look at the size. The figures, all they had to do was fill in the back that screws in, and those kind of things.
And what Sir Bass said, so it was revealed in cracked their code. Okay, most people that are going to buy your product are not going to follow like every single little. And if you want to do like a game like that, I think that that's cool, but do it for a limited release of something else. Don't announce a drop and then you got to do a secret game to find out that they're doing a release. I should have, like, I feel like I'm connected enough in the collectible space where I pay attention a little bit more than the average person, and I had no clue about this pre-sale. I feel like I would know that.
I was almost going to message you today, Vince. I'm like, hey, I know you like He-Man and Leo. Are you going to get it?
Because I'm yeah, and I would have friggin' got them. Like, but I literally
posted something. I posted a story asking them, when is your drop? What time? Because you never mentioned the time. You mentioned a day. You mentioned 6:12 on this email.
Just
never mentioned the time.
Site all day. Yeah. Listen again. I'm definitely not a yes person, but I definitely am a person that wants to like this stuff because I actually like what they're doing. It's just, man, it's like this is like the 4th time I've had to say, what the heck?
I just reflect on Joanne and I. We walked up to the booth, Thrilljoy at New York Comic Con. All we wanted to do was buy blue, and they told us no. And they had cases of them behind them that we found out that they were holding back from because they didn't want to sell out. of their blue figure on the first day of New York Comic Con because they thought thousands of people were going to be lining up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to buy them. And they also thought that they were going to be selling thousands of them online. I think it's still available. So the fact that like that was our one and only experience with the company, and it's kind of hard for us to like shake that off and be like, oh, okay, like now we're gonna collect this
Well,
now.
I
Like,
think that's kind of a microcosm of what we're saying here. You know,
Yeah.
it's like these little like, oh man, that sucks, and it's like, oh man,
Who's
that's
on their advisory board that we know.
I'm really
Do
good
we
friends
know
with
any
me.
content
Yeah,
creators?
Misa's on their board. Funko James is on their board.
Did anyone post about the pre-sale before it launched or when it exactly launched?
I don't know.
Like, I don't remember seeing Sidekick Ink, right? He's on it. I don't see him posting about like.
I don't
how
think
do you
so.
not have your
we talk about
board
this stuff every
posting
week.
about-
I'm more than happy to be on somebody's board to help them.
I don't think CJ's on it. I think he does a lot of promotion. For
Oh,
them.
okay.
I don't think he's
who
on it.
was else on it?
I know Misa and Funko James are on it. And I think Puerto Rican Pop Hunter, or no, he changed his name, right? He's is he Puerto Rican Collectibles now? People keep changing the names, by the way. Like I can barely remember the first name.
Everybody's taking the pop out.
Yeah, everybody's getting rid of the pop. I get it. It's not cool.
I see pre-sale. Funko James had a pre-sale, but that was 12 hours ago. So that was right at like 10 or something.
Yeah, so that
like
was the right time. But
no time.
I mean,
no one says when. No one's.
Yeah,
there's no time on there. Like I think they really did a weird job of like promoting the pre-sale.
Yeah, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, it's not even like it's kind of disappointing. Like it's not anything that like I'm not angry. It's fine. It's just because I know what they will be available on the 20th. I get why they're doing it. They're driving the hype. I understand all that. It's just like it's a little bit disappointing. I would have liked to known that. I would have liked to put the order in. Now I got to make it's lets that are available on the 20th.
It's the same thing. How upset would people be if tomorrow Funko did a surprise pre-sale for a few of their Fundays boxes?
Yeah, it should not be a surprise drop.
Auctioned off a Fundays box prior on whatnot.
Oh yeah, I'm not impartial. By the way, if Funko,
no, I'm not either.
If Funko,
no, I just think it's funny. Like no one.
And they start auctioning off NFTs or something that hasn't been
released. We're gonna blast
them.
Yes.
I'm gonna blast them just like I'm blasting Thrilljoy. Like,
yeah,
you know who's secretly doing it right and is probably gonna end up winning? Rocky Moto. they're doing it right, man.
Slow and steady. We're gonna
slow and steady. They're
and you know what it is?
News, no drama. They're doing.
You know what
right,
it is though too. Like to be able to do a company like that, you have to grow organically through some of your mistakes. They've done this long enough that they should understand what some of those mistakes are. But like the stuff that just keeps popping up, it's just like, guys, we got to get this figured out. Like,
they need
just too many of these things. Too many of these things right now. You know, and somebody mentioned it in the chat. I forgot who mentioned it, but you know, I forgot I have free shipping. I got free shipping like 3 times already, and I probably got it in an email that I haven't opened from a year and a half ago, but. You know, yeah, I qualified for free shipping. I think I was supposed to get $15 because I didn't get my order on time or something like that.
Yeah, like, from New York.
I forgot about it. You know, so like they made right by me then by giving me free shipping while I'm ready to buy something. I forgot about it. So I don't know.
It's kind of like why promote 620 is the drop day, 620 is drop day, 620 drop day, and then all of a sudden,
and then we're going to drop
a week prior, more than a week prior. It's actually more than a week prior,
right?
So,
like if you want to do a surprise drop, I think that's fun for collectors because now you got to stay involved. We're doing this limited piece. We only got 100, and we're dropping it tomorrow. Okay, that's cool. But don't announce a drop date and then drop it early. Like, then why did you announce?
I'm sure they'll have plenty on that drop date. Like of all these, like
I'm sure they will, and that's what I'm saying.
They always do the hype around everything. And
it makes it even more like shifty. You know what I mean? Like it's even more
that's the
to
problem.
drive the hype.
I think people see through the shady kind of tactics, and I think doesn't look good. And they did that a lot when they were wouldn't talk about like the delays and all the issues and stuff like that. Like they never, and then they were like 24. I have yet to see anyone else ever pull a 24 piece since New York Comic Con. which is amazing to know because there's not 24 of them out there and they said they were out there. So where are these 24 pieces? And are New York Comic Con stuff couldn't have been mixed in the same master. Now I know there's master cases. Like I really question those kind of things. Like a lot of like things that were kind of mentioned and talked about. Like I wonder about a lot of all the little stuff, like the Moo Dang that was 24 hours and it went on to the Hot Topics website. You can get it for $35 right now, by the way, with a code on Hot Topic if you really want Moo Dang picks panoramic. But I saw it on there and I was like, it just weird. Like it just looks bad for them because if you follow and know stuff, you kind of see through that, and that's going to hurt the company if they just continue doing that over and over. They pivoted in the right direction. They moved the way collectors, like John said, they listened to the collectors and with their pockets. They weren't buying the panoramic picks or whatever the original picks.
We don't have the space.
So they moved to the direction the right way.
Yeah,
but they keep doing like I hope this really goes well and smooth and we see stuff ship out really quick and all these kind of things, because if not, they're just going to like totally lose a lot of their fan base.
They've already
everyone that they lost a lot already from the first time.
That they just lost a lot of people with that Whatnot auction, man. There was a lot of people talking about that. I think that was just
I mean, unfortunately, like I said,
way of doing business.
Yeah, it's a lot of
your own pre-orders.
It's a lot of just weird. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, I shouldn't. I don't know. I don't want to.
I wish him the best of luck.
I do.
I think they can
like
succeed. I think with the IPs and with the products they have, I really do think they can succeed. I just think whoever's calling the shots is just going to run this company into the ground. So, Dave, I have all that room, and I still feel like I don't have space for Thrilljoy for at least the larger pick.
What do you think about that? I mean, listen, guys. I mean, other than that, I really didn't have any other slides. There was a couple cool pops released this week, but not a ton more else. Was there anything specifically you guys wanted to talk about a little bit more? Or?
I mean, we had our first. We had Deadpool release, and then tomorrow we have our Optimus Prime going on. So Deadpool release. How did that go for anyone? I didn't get a try.
Did you guys get it?
I didn't.
No, I sold out. Sold out in like 5 seconds.
So. Yeah, I figured it sold out in 5 seconds, and I was busy. And
if that 5 seconds, I think is generous. I think it sold out in 2 seconds.
Yeah, same here. Which
I'm not
surprised.
I showed Joanna because I told her that there was a Deadpool pop dropping. I showed it to her. She's like, "That's the ugliest pop I've ever seen."
And you're like, "Yeah, no, I want it so much."
You don't get it. It glows.
Listen, I think the worse that it is, the more Joanna, like the harder it is to get, the more Joanna hates it, because it's kind of like that old Wonder Woman, the Hot Topic one.
Yeah, it's just,
you know what I'm saying. I know she hates that one as well. So
she does,
but you want it in the worst way.
Yeah.
Anything from anime, the Anime Con coming up?
I did not pull any. I wasn't
curious.
Yeah, I didn't pull any slides from it because I'll be honest, I wasn't like they have a One Piece pop that was in there. It wasn't that.
It was just okay. It wasn't anything.
That's what I wasn't really blown away by anything. They had that clear
Zilla looked cool.
They had the clear one that's a limited piece. It was 3,000 piece. The
Karami.
Like I don't see a big I'm not the best one to judge anime because I don't know enough about it other than the One Piece, and I feel like they're gonna put One Piece pops in every single drop from here on to whatever. But it was just kind of it's probably good for for the anime collectors out there.
I mean, it's a 3,000 piece too, so it's not crazy. This one looked really cool.
Godzilla, I love. It's just another
just super size.
Yeah.
Like you said, One Piece was
That's
one
the
piece.
biggest bummer, Nathan, with the limited piece pops, and that's why I did my video. Like 4 out of the 5 limited piece pops they've dropped so far are duplicate
Repaints.
molds. So I kind of hope that Funko gives us unique molded pops too. So
Yeah, everything else is just okay. Like
it's like
I'm not
exactly what I would expect from anime.
no, but like anime molds are usually fantastic. These are just okay. Like
Yeah.
it's all right. It's nothing. I think this one looks really cool.
The
Wingman.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
That is cool. Yeah.
Is that going to be was that a 10-inch or was that
I'm sorry. This just makes me so angry. I'm so sorry. Like it's just like they go all out, and you guys aren't even considering this all out, but this is a disgrace. Like, how did we not get 5 or 6 exclusives, like good exclusives for Star Wars Celebration? Like I heard through the
bring it
grapevine.
back to Star Wars?
I am going to bring it back to Star Wars.
Bring it back.
I heard through the grapevine that apparently Funko made Anime Con, or is it called Anime Expo? Like a priority.
Yeah.
That much a priority. They actually shifted around their entire slate of San Diego Comic-Con exclusives and New York Comic-Con exclusives to make sure that they had enough exclusives at Anime Expo. Like that just shows you how much anime is paying Funko's bills right now. Like that is just crazy to me.
You know what's crazy though? Like I can't sell an anime pop for literally 40% of PPG. Like I can't, not even 30%.
Because we don't have the audience. We are not our community.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, that's fair.
It's not anime.
Point. I mean, I'm not even. I'm lazy enough
that the audience. I actually, I'll tell you guys straight up. I am. You're not gonna lie. I am like crazy terrified for tomorrow night because we got in a massive collection and it's like 80% anime, and I'm starting off a lot of like really cool anime pops at $5. And I know like Joanna's gonna be looking over my shoulder the whole time, looking at like what we paid and what and what the pop is valued out, valued at, and what the pop is like currently getting bid on for. So if you're an anime person, please come over tomorrow night because I do not want to have to like I don't know what I'm gonna do because like we agreed to buy in the collection because it had some really cool stuff in it that was not anime, but we took a lot of anime as well, and I am terrified.
I think, but I would say anytime we did an in-person show, John, anytime we did a like physical toy show kind of thing, Funko Pop show, anime was always a hot sell. Everyone was asking for stuff. Everyone
you're probably, you're right. You're right.
Like it is about audience, one thing, and your whatnot audience is so used to.
Thank you, Carl.
They see what you collect, what you like, what you open, but I'd say there's going to be a whole group of people that are always going to be that. So, the hard thing is anime collectors get to the point where unless it's something harder to find, though, they already have it, like it's like, oh, I already got that. I picked that up. I got that. Unless they're brand new to it or something like they just started collecting anime they started watching or something like that. Most of the time they're like, oh, I already have it. I just need this chase, or I just need this, like, 2017 Grail that I'm looking for, like that's the only one I need. That's what we're looking for. So it's harder to sell, I think, that lower end anime for sure. Compared to like a higher end anime, there's always going to be a buyer out there for it. Like easy to sell.
Yeah. So Anna, that's a great.
I mean, it's a pirate ship. It's a pirate.
Yeah, I am not planning on buying any of the new One Piece sets, but I know a lot of people are. I actually have them here. I can pull them up really quick because I actually think
I could see me picking one of these up.
I love
the pirates were my favorite back in the day. I still remember the Christmas of 1992. I think it was 92. I might be off by a year, but I got the pirate ship. I got it. I opened it like Christmas Eve. I spent the entire night putting that thing together, and I'll never forget that. Loved it. So
the big reason why like I just can't, like I even like it's the Going Merry, right? Yeah, the Going Merry 140. How many pieces do you get? Let me see.
Oh,
that's actually pretty good.
Cool.
140
No,
and it's 1,376 pieces for a new IP. That's actually
bro, I kind of love that. Crap,
really
man.
good. I
Why'd
just
you guys
can't.
have to show me that.
I can't get into this because we already collect way too many Lego themes, and I'm saving all my pennies for the rumored new Black Pearl. And apparently,
Ooh,
I'm probably gonna get sniped for this somewhere. But I heard also through the grapevine that this year Lego is going to be dropping a brand new Black Pearl, and then next year they're going to be dropping a Flying Dutchman, which they've never done the Flying Dutchman before. That would be so cool. I hope that rumor is true. So, yeah.
oh, man.
But
no,
I'm sure,
I love
unlike
pirates.
the Going Merry here, the Going Merry is 140. I'm sure I think the Black Pearl is rumored to be like 250, 300. So it's,
I was gonna say 299 probably.
yeah.
I don't
But
know. This is
I think
kinda
they're doing a good
cool.
job. I might grab the Brickheads because we love the Brickheads. Not Buggy the Clown, but I might grab the Luffy Brickheads because I don't do clowns. Oh, interestingly enough, I'll throw a tiny bit of shade on Lego since we're pointing out all the flaws. Lego's not perfect.
Oh,
Why
Arlong
the
Park
heck?
battle.
Why the heck does Luffy get the stretchy arms, but the
Bro,
Mr.
you don't even know One Piece, do you?
No. I'm saying I get he has
the
stretchy
devil
arms.
fruit.
They didn't give Mr. Fantastic in the Fantastic Four set stretchy arms.
You jealous
They gave
of
him
his arms?
tall brick built legs. I am jealous of his arms. Like,
That
come
is
on,
actually
like,
really cool, I think.
be consistent with your IPs. So I don't know, it's messed up. But
Listen, if you want to watch the episodes with the battle at Arlong Park, it's actually towards the beginning part of the series. Or you can watch it in the live action. They do a pretty good job with the live action.
what do you guys think of this? This is crazy.
I think that these are all great. Is this which one is this one?
This is the Barity floating restaurant.
Oh,
I think this is the most expensive
restaurant?
one. Yeah.
Dude, I've never got the shot from the side like this. Yeah, the restaurant is all through the it was probably smart that they kind of started with these because they did these all in the live action. This was all kind of part of the
oh, this is cool. They don't even look at the back. Do they show a good picture of the back?
Look at the
Oh,
detail.
yeah.
Oh,
in it.
yeah.
Look at that.
You fit in with your city perfect, John.
That's great. No, we're not gonna have any room. I have so much stuff planned for the city already. Oh man.
Could be right by the ocean part, the sea, right on the river.
I don't know.
Arlong's
It's gonna be
in
crazy.
80? Wow.
It's gonna be a while before we can start building the city because we were trying to budget for tables and tables are expensive.
You're building them, man. Build them.
Yeah, we're building them from scratch. I want to thank everybody. I bought a new camera. So I got a new camera for the Lego channel that I'm pretty excited about. And I think I might get a second one to replace the camera for the Pop channel. So
what one did you get? What did you get?
I got the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro.
Oh, the DJI. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel so advanced. Like I feel like now I'm a real YouTuber. Not really, but there's so many cool features and everything. It's pretty awesome. We filmed our first video with it today, so I'm gonna edit it and hopefully it didn't turn out like crap.
Hopefully it doesn't suck because that would suck.
Yeah,
I've done that before.
Wait, you didn't try it out and like film something else and then like
oh no, I did. I filmed a bunch of like small clips and tested it and everything, and then but we did our first full video. So
I think Vince might be possessed because every once in a while I see him like, the ring is happening.
Guys, listen, listen. Okay, it's gonna next week. I'm going back to the laptop. I'm done with this stupid computer. It's got to be this computer because I've had no issues. I tested the internet out before. Everything was great, and now it sucks. It makes me feel bad because I want you guys to see my beautiful face very clearly. So I will make that happen. Hopefully you could hear my voice very clearly this week, but hopefully
the whole time your voice has been clear. There's no been cut out. That's what's weird. Like
it's weird.
The video has been really choppy.
Yeah, I'm changing. It's something's up. Something's up.
And Riley, to answer your question, yes, we are going to be doing live stream builds on Slapshot Bricks. Just not sure when it's going to start, just because I got to figure out the setup and everything, and we're still kind of settling into the studio and.
Takes a little bit.
Yeah, it takes a little bit. So, but yeah, we'll be doing
what do you have coming up this week?
So this week, not a crazy amount of stuff, but we have Just we'll have some videos coming out. I actually plan on doing a Thrilljoy video. I was gonna do like a preview. Like I had the box to unbox of their secret stash, the 3, like you get 3 picks or whatever I had from a little while ago. Plus, I was going to talk about the new releases, which is funny. It released.
Yeah, they were released. So
it released. So then, what else? And then we have some mystery boxes and some mail call and some good stuff like that to unbox. So that'll be probably this week. We do have. What is it, next Friday already? I think next Friday we do have a soda auction. So we're going to do a soda auction, and then the next week after that is our Disney themed auction for the month on Wednesday. So Friday is sodas, Wednesday is Disney. So hopefully you guys can go bookmark those and hang out with us. And we did post our official announcement here. We posted and updated the thumbnail for our scholarship auction at the very end of August. I have some bookmarks already there because we had a placeholder there, but it is going to be for the new Murdoch Veterans Support Fund at Seminole State College. So we are doing that for veterans. We're establishing that new endowment, which we're getting matched. We raise up to $5,000. Up to $5,000 will be matched. So at least up to $5,000 is going to be matched, and whatever we make over that won't be, but it'll still go towards that endowment and be there forever. So that's what we're going to probably be working towards from now on. Yeah. So we're going for veterans this time to support veterans at the college, whether they're taking classes, whether they need emergency funds, whether it's special programs for veterans and things like that they need to. So that's what we're working on.
Nice. Well, huge shout out once again to Vince, Bree, Luca, and Gabby for crushing it with the charity show. We'll have a couple videos out this weekend, and then a little auction tomorrow night if you guys aren't doing anything. And that's about it. That's what we got going on.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, we've got pretty much the same thing going on. We you know what? We did a video today. You guys can check that out. We had a video Tuesday and today. That'll probably be it for the week till next Tuesday, because I don't know if we'll be doing the Sunday videos over the summertime at the least here. We probably will get some shorts out there, though. We've wanted to kind of get back into the shorts. Now that, I mean, honestly, a lot of whatever. A lot of things got put on hold while the charity auction was prepping up because we just did not have the time. But kids are finally out of school. Last day of school was yesterday. So I don't have to wake up at like 5 a.m. anymore. Now I can wake up at like 5:30 a.m. So that's kind of good. Yeah, just some fun stuff coming up. So hopefully you guys follow all 3 of our channels. We enjoyed talking with all of you this evening. I always enjoy this, but this Thursday especially was very special to me to come on and hang out with you guys. Look at Pipsqueak getting in here on the very last thing that I'm going to highlight. Congrats with the 36 month, 3 years on the button. Can you believe? What were you doing 3 Junes ago? You were subscribing or whatever they call the membership thing. You know what I'm talking about. You guys know what hey, you did it. So you did something. Okay, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for an amazing week. We hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Go bookmark Professor Josh's charity show. Go bookmark John's show for tomorrow. Make sure you guys show up on Friday for his show as well. And you don't have to do anything for us. You don't even have to like this video unless you really enjoyed all of our talk tonight. That's all I'll ask from you guys. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you guys next week on John's channel, I think.